let's get into the richest black neighborhoods. Let's get into that. I want to get into that. So no introduction needed. America's black richest neighborhoods. Sounds good. Let's get into it.
Most amount of money that you made in a year?
$64 million.
$64 million.
Yep.
This house cost about $3.5 million.
$3.5 million.
Yeah.
These are the richest black neighborhoods in America. Each has more 6- and 7-figure black earners than almost anywhere else in the country. One neighborhood is in the Midwest, another one on the East Coast, and 2 are on the West Coast. But which ones? And why are these so successful? I'm visiting all 4 to find out. Let's get started with our first stop. Welcome to Fort Washington, Maryland. Fort Washington is one of the wealthiest majority black areas in America. Here, 75% of households make 6 figures or more. Many here are business owners like Jarrell and Wavitra Jordan, millionaire real estate investors who own the first black-owned business complex in Prince George's County. I saw that you guys are the first black owners of a business complex in Prince George's County.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So I had to come here and check it out for myself.
Right.
Y'all gotta show me around. Come on.
Let's do it. Came down here. I know we had less than 10 agents. I know right now we have to be close to 70 agents. So things are growing tremendously.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you guys do me a favor and introduce yourselves for my viewers?
Yeah, so I'm Wavitra Jordan. I'm the broker owner of the Home Team Realty Group and co-owner of the Fort Washington Business Complex.
Nice.
Gerald Jordan, Executive Director for Jacob's Ladder Youth Foundation, and also just everything else down here at the Home Team Realty Group.
Let me ask you guys this. What's the most amount of money that you've made in a year in business?
Yeah, so from a real estate perspective, our annual gross income was like $64 million.
$64 million.
Yep. 64 million in gross sales. Yep.
Yeah. And with the nonprofit with Jacob's Ladder, last year was our highest grossing revenue. It was about 2.7 million.
Okay.
And that came with a lot of food distributions that we did here in Prince George's County. And that included getting out over 380,000 meals, to over 43,000 households.
Wow.
Here in Prince George's County to the folks that need it the most.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blessings.
Oh,
yeah.
Giving a lot of blessings, profit money, non-profit money. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Let me ask y'all this, right? For my viewers out there, let's just say someone wants to become a millionaire or create more success wherever they are in the world. What advice can you give to that person?
Right. I would say definitely take risk. Okay, you're going to have to take a risk and bet on yourself. Invest in yourself. Okay.
Business ownership isn't limited to real estate. Shad has built his wealth on the water, literally. He runs one of the most popular boat and water sport businesses in Washington, D.C. Yo,
what it do, bro?
Shad, what's up, my brother?
I'm blessed, bro. Yeah.
Listen, man, I've been seeing you making your money with all the boats out here in the Fort Washington area.
Yeah.
So I came here to see what's up.
Let's do it.
Let's get it, man. Come on, take me there. All right, brother, if you could, let the viewers know who you are and what you do.
Hey, what's going on, good people? My name is Shad. I'm known around the world as the Goat, the boat goat.
So, Shad, you're the only black person that I know personally that's in the boat industry. What made you get into this business?
I went from the military to coming back here to DC selling drugs. I started my trucking company. I was working crazy hours that I was missing so much time from the kids. So I ended up going out and buying a pontoon. One day, the kids and I were out playing around on the tubes, and we pulled up to Georgetown to get lunch. And it was a guy, he walked up and he was like, yo, do you rent your boat? And I'm like, nah, I'm shooing him away because, I'm just getting out of the military. My drug mentality, I'm just heavy-headed, so I'll shoot him off. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm trying to get out of these damn streets.
Yeah.
He just put me on. So I jumped off, ran over to him. Listen, man, I'm sorry you startled me. What you trying to do? He was like, I just want to take my family out. We're here from Russia for the weekend. And from there, it's been up, man.
So What's the type of money someone can make with like a boat like this?
I mean, here we doing a minimum 2,200. You know, we got multiple boats within the fleet. Something like this is a cuddy cabin. You're looking at 1,100 for 3 hours, where here we're making it per hour.
So for my viewers, I got people out here that want to learn how to build a 6-figure business, 7-figure business. They want to learn how to create more success in their life. What's some advice that you could share with them?
First and foremost, I would say find yourself a mentor. Find someone that is doing what.
That's facts. Listen, I'm not going to lie to y'all, bro. I've been on the hunt for a mentor. No. Real talk. Because the more and more that I not only listen, I listen to a ton of videos outside of this, right? This ain't even scratching the surface of how many videos that I watch and, you know, a lot of people that I listen to outside of this. One of the biggest things that all of these successful people have in common, they got mentors, bro. They got mentors. So if you are trying to be successful, if that's your main goal and successful in your own right, whatever that looks like to you, get a mentor. Now, I know there's a lot of people there are many different people who are mentors to other people, and they got their different ways of how to approach them, or, you know, what to say to them. Some people, it's as simple as, listen, I want to buy you a cup of coffee. A lot of times they know what that means. They're like, listen, I'm pretty sure they're interested in what's going on, or they want to get some information from me, or they want to pick my brain or whatever. I know that it's a cringe thing for a lot of people to say now, like, listen, let me pick your brain. So you got to come a little bit better than that. You know, what kind of value are you adding to them? But most of the times it's pretty simple. Listen, I want to sit down with you. I want to buy you a cup of coffee or a drink or a protein shake, whatever it is that fits the bill, in order for me to sit down with you and have a conversation with you, because I want to learn from you. I see the success that you got going on. I see the things that you have built. I admire it. I'm inspired by it. I want to learn from you. And a lot of guys who they may be, listen, that may do it for them. They may just say, you know what? I like this kid. I'm gonna sit down with them. I'm gonna give them an hour of my time, and then we can sit down and have a conversation. But once you have that conversation, understand you got to be willing to be receptive to everything that they say. Receptive. Again, they're the ones that's successful, not you. You're trying to get there. You got to be receptive to the information. Now, of course, it's still the same thing still remains. Take the meat, spit out the bones. Pause.
Serious today, but that was crazy.
I'm not
that was
feeding.
crazy.
I'm not feeding. I'm not
Okay.
feeding.
I'm just saying. But take the meat, spit out the bones. Take all the information that you can that aligns with you, and then spit out the shit that don't matter. But you got to be a sponge. You got to be a sponge and learn from the people who have already done it.
What it is that you want to do, pay them people, execute on the information, and just make sure you're not taking shortcuts. That was one of the things that I did when I first started, you know, business. I just wanted the money. I didn't care about the proper insurance. I didn't care about policies and procedures, SOPs, attorneys, any of that such. So if you're getting into business, make sure that you're covering yourself and your business, not by just getting an LLC, but like I said, have an attorney to read over documents, especially if you're doing any contract work. And last but not least, I would say make sure that you're reinvesting into the business. That's something I didn't do as well. I take the damn chicken, I go buy the flyest clothes, the newest shoes, the newest outfits. So now I've learned, once it come in, pay yourself as the CEO, pay your staff, and then invest back into the business.
Yes, yes. To understand Fort Washington's wealth, you have to see the homes and understand the type of people that are buying them. That's why I met with Raisha, a local.
That's a nice fucking neighborhood. Listen, y'all, listen. I'm a simple dude, bro. So now I'm finna bring out I always brought out the real me, but I'm bringing y'all into my world a little bit. This is the kind of neighborhood I would live in. This is the type of neighborhood I would live in. This is the type of neighborhood you would see me in. You ain't gonna see me in suits and ties and no shit like, but you would see me dressed up just how the way I am, but I would be living in this type of neighborhood. On God. Cul-de-sac and all. That's me. All day. And I won't have no guilt about it. Look how nice. Look at the greenery. Look at how calm and nice and peaceful that neighborhood looks. Nobody's overdoing it. That's a Mazda over there. And what kind of car is this? That's like a Malibu or Impala. Looks like more like a Malibu that's in the name. I think it's probably one of their cars, somebody else's cars that's in this video. But hey, neither here nor there. Look at that neighborhood. Nice as shit, quiet, grass is green, no patches. Kids can be out at 8, 9 p.m. You ain't got to worry about them getting snatched up or no drive-bys coming through. And you think I'm supposed to feel bad? Yeah, all right. Nope. That's the neighborhood right there because it's low-key. It shows. Let me give you exactly what it shows. It shows they got some money. I can't pinpoint how much, but I know they got money. I don't know what they do, but I know that they got bread. So you sitting right in the middle. It's like, all right, I know they probably sitting anywhere between $500,000 a year that they making or the meals. And they just want to keep it as low-key as they possibly can. But I know they sitting somewhere in that range. That's what that neighborhood gives. It gives slumber party. That's what it gives. It gives the movie neighborhood where all the kids out in the street having fun, playing and shit. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your kids gonna come home at night. Yes. It gives privileged. It gives private school. That's what it gives. It gives stay-at-home wife or a wife that's an entrepreneur, but she do her work from home. You know what I'm saying? And her and her girlfriends, they go out for mimosas and brunch. That's what it gives.
Realtor who knows this neighborhood inside and out. Ray.
Hey.
What's going on?
Look at
How
that.
are you?
Look at that.
I'm amazing. Listen.
Look how clean them streets are, bro. Look how clean the streets is. You don't see no trash on the side. Landscaping looks good. You don't see no weeds. Grass is nicely cut. No cars on the street. None of it. It just looks like a wholesome neighborhood. It's giving community party. All the neighbors know everybody. All the kids are friends. All neighbors are friends. They go to the same school. When it's sleepover night, everybody gets invited and everybody have a good time. When you step outside to get your mail, it's hey from down the street, you waving. Hey, what's going on, Sarah? How you doing? I'm doing fine. Everybody stepping out in their robes with their cup of coffee. Got that smirk on their face as they kid get on the bus. You know what? Never mind. They ain't getting on the bus because they getting dropped off at school by their parents. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's giving. A lot of deals getting made at that community party. You feel me? A lot of deals getting made at that community party. There's a lot of things going on. It's a lot of money. There's a lot of money that's going on. Poker parties, weekly poker parties with the fellas, drinks, cigars, deals being made. You know what I'm saying? Connections, networking being made, private even. Listen, bro, the only way, nigga, this is a invite only poker party. You know what I mean? Invite only. If you don't get the invite, you can't come through. That's exactly what this is. Exactly. A lot of Miss Parkers over there. Y'all see, you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of Miss Parkers over there. There's a lot of money.
Yeah, you right, man. Making money is me, man.
10 years, man, you're gonna have that Benzes.
10 years? I think more like 10 days, man. 10 days.
You feel me?
I heard when someone's coming to Fort Washington to buy a home, you're the go-to person.
Absolutely.
Fort Washington is one of the richest Black neighborhoods in America.
Right.
Right. So when someone is Black wanting to buy a house in Fort Washington, you meet people like that. So like, why do you feel like there's so many like rich and successful Black people here in Fort Washington?
There's a lot of factors. I think that it's the proximity to Washington, D.C., the proximity to so many different Air Force bases, military bases.
Okay.
So a lot of people in this area have a lot of options for jobs and higher up jobs in the military, with the Pentagon being so close to DC as well.
Okay, so a lot of people here, they tend to have government jobs.
Absolutely.
Military jobs.
Yes.
Okay, and it's because it's being close to Washington, D.C. and all the government buildings.
Absolutely, I think so.
Government jobs.
And higher up jobs in the military, with the so a lot of people in this area have a lot of options for jobs and higher up jobs in the military, with the Pentagon being so close to DC as well.
Okay, so a lot of people here, they tend to have government jobs.
Absolutely.
Military jobs.
Yes.
Okay, and it's because it's being close to Washington, D.C. and all the government buildings.
Absolutely, I think so.
How much would you say is the type of income that people are making? Like, what's like the average seller, like average income that a seller is like earning?
In a neighborhood like this, people are making upwards of $200,000 a year, and they're working either in the government or higher up.
So I was $300 off. I said between 500 to a mil. So she said upwards of 200, minimum 200.
In the military or in the medical field.
So as a realtor here in Fort Washington, do you feel like someone that wants to live in a better place, maybe have more opportunity, would you suggest that they move to Fort Washington?
Absolutely. You get the suburban life. You get the opportunities for making money with.
Look how clean that driveway is. Bushes nicely trimmed, grass cut. You can tell the trash just got empty that day. Look at that.
DC so close by. Yeah.
The options are endless here.
The options are endless here.
Okay. So how much does a house like this cost?
This house costs about $3.8.
Nah, hold on. That grass ain't cut. Hold on, fam. On the left side it is, but this grass ain't cut. They must ain't sold that house yet. Or somebody getting ready to move or something. Why that grass ain't cut? Lined up like a good fade. In fact,
$5 million.
$3.5 million.
Yeah.
3.5.
Wow. Is it worth it? In Fort Washington, success isn't rare, it's expected. Generational wealth and community pride define this area. Next up, welcome to Olympia Fields, Illinois. Just 45 minutes from Chicago, Olympia Fields is one of the wealthiest Black suburbs in the Midwest. About 50% of Black households earn 6 figures or more. In Olympia Fields, entrepreneurship is alive and well. Rick and Karen run Illinois' first Black-owned winery called Vintrende, producing their own wines and hosting events that bring the community together. Hey, Rick,
y'all know something? This is why I ain't tripping off of the sponsorship that I didn't get. This is why I ain't tripping. There are so many businesses out here, dog. There's too many businesses out here. There's so many. So many. My God. You used to live 5 minutes from that Candy? Damn. How is it though? Since you lived there before, how is it?
going on, man?
How are you, sir?
I'm incredible. Listen, I heard this is the first and only Black-owned winery in Illinois.
That's correct. First Black-owned winery where we produce the wine here on premises.
Wow, I gotta check it out, man. Come on.
Come check us out.
Y'all gotta stop doing that too, though. I'm sorry. I know it's a pride thing, but y'all gotta stop doing that. That it's a Black business thing. Like, bro, just listen, man. Listen. I would rather it be a situation where I own the business and they find out that I'm Black versus me saying like this is a business and it's a Black owned. Calm down, bro. Everybody, listen, everybody don't have to know, man. Everybody don't gotta know that it's a Black owned business. They'll find out one way. They're gonna find out one way or the other. Somebody who's willing to do the research, they're gonna find out. You don't gotta do all of that, man. I get it. You're proud. Cool, be proud. But you don't gotta let everybody, yeah, bro, this is a Black-owned business. So don't nobody care. I promise you, don't nobody care. As long as the service is good, the shit that you serving is top tier and is good, people gonna buy from you. You ain't gotta let them know, yeah, bro, this is Black-owned too, bro. Come on, man. Yes, hun, it's beautiful with humongous houses. R. Kelly used to live there as well. Oh, Lord. Now R. Kelly, he didn't get one of the teenagers, did he? I'm sorry. That was too soon. That was too soon. My bad. I love that you just said that everyone wants to use race for everything. Jeez. Agreed. I don't listen. I don't understand it. You don't have to announce that it's a Black-owned company. You don't. One way or the other, they're gonna find out. Because you're making the business to make money, right? So therefore, if you want it to be something that's you can still be proud about your business as a Black man or as a Black woman. You can be proud about your business. But the fact that you want to make as much money as you possibly can, you don't want a ceiling. You want everybody to be able to enjoy the things that you offer. So you don't need to lead with, yes, this is a Black-owned company. You don't need to do that, man. Because I think it puts a cap on you. It puts a cap on your business. Now all of a sudden people are gonna think, oh, it's a Black-owned business. So we got one of these people who is Black everything. We can't even go in and enjoy because now you got people who are not Black, they're gonna feel uncomfortable going in there. You don't gotta leave with that. I hate when they do that.
So this is our tasting room. We're known as a micro winery. We produce the wines here on site, but we don't grow any fruit here. So when customers come in, they can always sample wine here at the counter, or you can come back to our lounge area and be seated for an actual wine flight.
It feels homely here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a family-owned business and family-run. So that might have something to do with it. My wife, 2 sons work here, and sometimes our daughter when she's not in school. Nice. So yeah, it's entirely family-run. And we hire neighborhood people to work here with us, and it's like a family.
Yeah.
And that's the vibe that people say they get. Yeah. So these are our fermentation and our fermentation tanks. The smaller ones are blending tanks for smaller lots.
All right, so Rick, how did you become the first and only Black-owned winery in Illinois? How did that happen?
Well, my background is in wine and spirits distribution.
Okay.
And for years, I worked with suppliers on work whiffs, going out into the market, selling wine and liquor to different retail establishments, bars and restaurants, and then visiting so many supplier production facilities. Okay. I said, you know what?
Facts. Because I'm automatically gonna get a negative connotation, like, okay, white owned. So you telling me it's white owned to give me a warning that it's gonna be a whole bunch of white people in there, and that you really aren't excited to see somebody else of a different race walk in here. So yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, nah, I'm straight. I'm not going. We good.
It's time to start learning to do this on my own.
Yeah.
And cut out my boss and go for what I knew that at that point.
Of course, to understand the wealth here in this neighborhood, you need a local perspective. Keisha Wheaton has helped families buy homes in Olympia Fields for years.
Keisha. Hi, how are you? Welcome. How are you? Good. Welcome to Olympia Fields.
I heard you're one of the best realtors out here.
Well, I would have to agree.
Okay. So, I want to check out this house and a bunch of other houses out here. I got some questions for you.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right.
So, who am I here with?
You are here with Keisha Wheaton, managing broker of Golden Key Realty Group. I've been in real estate for 12 years, so I am everything real estate. You name it, I've done it.
So why do you feel like there are so many rich and successful Black people like moving here or that's just already here?
Sure. So the South Suburbs is like the staple for that country, more so comfortable living, right? So you got the city where the hustle and bustle, and you come to the South Suburbs to settle. So Olympia Fields is one of the South Suburbs that we as entrepreneurs love to kind of put our staple in, right? So there's tons of Black businesses around here, tons of African Americans that own home here. A lot of entrepreneurs came here to settle and, make their name here in Olympia Fields. So of course, that just went on for generations to generations. And now we are here continuing that generation on, where a lot of younger people who are also now ready to start their families are here making Olympia Fields also their staple.
Do you notice like a pattern or a common career path of like the individuals that live out here?
Sure. So you have tons of nurses, people in the medical field, again, tons of entrepreneurs. So people who own restaurants, as you can see, a winery, people who are here who have started something, who have built something, and now they're here again. Just make Olympia Fields their staple, their place of comfort, where they are comfortable here. They can come in. There's people that's here that wants to engage in with them, engage with their business, and also continue to grow with them. So that's why Olympia Fields is one of the best places for young African-American entrepreneurs to lay their grounds.
I love it. Let me ask you this,
Sure.
right? Based on the type of clientele that you work with, right? What would you say is the average income that they're earning?
I would say in this market today, you're looking at least about 100K.
Okay.
Two people income, if you can bring in about 100K, I think you're pretty decent here. You're able to get here and get comfortable. But of course, as things change, things will have to grow. But I would say at the average low, 100K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty much a lot of the Black people that are moving here, they're pretty much six-figure earners.
They're that or very close. I would say at bare minimum, you're probably looking at about 91. Okay. But more likely to get something of this magnitude, about six figures, yes.
Okay. With nearly 50% of Black households earning six figures, Olympia Fields proves success and family.
But that also lets y'all know too, there's Black people out here making money, dog. There's Black people out here making money, bro. So don't get that misconception that motherfuckers ain't out here getting paid. A lot of Black folks out here making money, dog.
Thrive together. Now, on to stop number 3. Welcome to View Park, California. View Park has one of the highest numbers of upper income Black households in the country. 45% of households earn over $100,000 and 23% earn over $200,000. A major part of that is because of the business ownership here. Like Greg Doolin, owner of Doolin's on Crenshaw. This is one of the best soul food spots in all of LA. Hey, what's going on, Greg?
What's up?
Listen, I hear that Doolin's is the best soul food restaurant in all of LA.
Well, okay, I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
That's facts, really. There's a lot of Black people making money and winning out here. Only racist trolls and ignorant fools think otherwise. Black people are amazing. I agree. Thank you. See, so that, again, that goes to my point. When we hold the degenerate behavior accountable, because we know there are Black people out this bitch thriving. They're doing great. They're doing awesome. They're doing phenomenal out here. They're doing phenomenal. Great things. Six-figure earners, business owners, entrepreneurs, working in tech, working in the military. They're doing great things. They're family-oriented. They got a whole big family and everything. They're doing great things out here, man.
We've been doing it for a long time.
Okay.
We started in 1975, so this is our 50th year in business. Wow. So we can believe.
Started 1975. That's before that's in LA. That's before the crack epidemic. Just before the crack epidemic. And they're still alive and well and thriving in the community. Black-owned business. Just saying.
That my parents started the business.
So can somebody answer the question for me? Where is the oppression at? Where is the systemic racism at? Because I guarantee you, he ain't talking about it.
In 1975, with a hamburger stand called Hamburger City, and that's how we had very humble beginnings. We started in 1975, so this is our 50th year in business this year. Congrats.
So I came to View Park, right? I hear this is one of the richest Black neighborhoods in America.
Right.
Why do you think that is? Like, what's special here in comparison to other neighborhoods in LA or even just other places around the world?
Well, I grew up in View Park. I went to elementary school in View Park from the 3rd grade. And, just as a kid growing up here, it is a neighborhood where you have families that raise their kids, take an interest in their kids' lives.
Yes.
And emphasis on education is consistent throughout the households.
Yes.
And a lot of the families, the parents are professional. Either they're professional in terms of medical or education or just a variety of different areas of endeavor. And then you have a lot of entrepreneurs.
Of course, real estate tells a full story. And Obi is one of the most well-known realtors in this area. She helped me tour View Park homes, showing how wealth and home ownership intersect. Hey, Obi.
Hello.
Listen, it's amazing to meet you.
Oh my God, so nice to finally meet you. First of all, I'm a fan, right?
Really?
Yes, I watch all your vlogs and I follow you. You always want to make me travel and eat.
I appreciate that. I hear you're one of the best realtors out here in View Park.
Thank you.
So I want to see how these houses look. And also I want to figure out why there's so many rich Black people.
About View Park because we do have one of the highest concentration of well-to-do Black people in this area. They've been owning most of them for generations.
Yeah. So this is one of the richest Black neighborhoods in America. Like, why do you think that is?
Listen, a lot of people that actually own here have been here for multi-generation. Now, there was a covenant which prevented Black people from purchasing houses. Well, when they lifted it up, when they lifted that, this became one of those neighborhoods that a lot of Black people that are higher income earners actually purchased it.
So what type of jobs do people have to live in a place like this?
Listen, so we have white collar jobs. We have people that are attorneys. We've got producers. We've got actors. And in fact, there have been a lot of famous people that actually owned in this neighborhood. Are you familiar with Tina Turner?
Yeah.
Well, she actually owned an Olympiad.
What?
And Ray Charles?
Yeah.
On Southwood.
Not Ray Charles. Tina Turner. You been rolling down the river.
So let me ask you this: what salary?
Got Ray Charles, Georgia.
Range are people earning in this type of neighborhood?
We're talking about 120,000 and up. Which is higher than the national average. Now, there's some people that are actually making way more than that, but that's the average, yes.
Wow. So, this beautiful house that we're in, how much is this?
This is 2.438 million, yes. And I'll tell you, with this house, you're getting a 4-bedroom, 4-bath main house, which is almost 2,300. It's about 2,381 square foot, actually, to be exact. And then you also have a detached pool house, and that pool house is 343 square foot.
Now it's time for the final stop. Welcome to Baldwin Hills, California. Back in the 1950s and 60s, when racial barriers began to lift, Baldwin Hills became one of the few LA neighborhoods where Black professionals can actually buy property, laying the foundation for generational wealth today. Back with Obi, I learned how Baldwin Hills became one of the first LA neighborhoods where Black professionals could buy property, building generational wealth. Hey, Obi, what's up again?
I see you again 2 times in a row.
Hey, listen,
that's true.
Not only is Obi a real estate specialist in View Park, she's also a specialist in Baldwin Hills and just all over the LA area. So we're about to check out a house here in Baldwin Hills, Black Hollywood. And what better person to show us than the great Obi?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This one has been tastefully remodeled, and this is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home priced at just under 1.6 million.
Let me ask you this, because just like, View Park, I came here because I heard Baldwin Hills is one of the richest Black neighborhoods in America.
You heard right.
Right? Like, why? Why is it so rich? Like, what's going on here? What's special about it?
Listen, first of all, we are close to everywhere in the city, right? And it's a closed community, and it's really not a community that you just drive through. In Baldwin Hills, you're going to notice something. As you were driving, did you notice the street names? They all start with the Dons. Yes. So Baldwin Hills is known for that. This whole land was part of the Mexican land that was kind of like, back in the 50s, and they traded it off and people started building here. So most of these homes were built in the 50s.
Wow.
Yes.
So tell me, so these houses are really nice.
Yes.
They're not cheap.
Not at all.
What type of jobs do people have living out here in Baldwin Hills?
So you've got attorneys, you've got tech industry, architects, judges.
Yo, hold on. Wasn't Baldwin Hills, wasn't that a show? Wasn't there a show called Baldwin Hills? Was that based out of that same city?
Doctors, producers, name it. And in fact, let me tell you, John Singleton actually lived in this neighborhood.
Wow.
Okay. And we also had D.L. Hughley live in this neighborhood, Ice Cube. So it's been.
Nah, you can get D.L. Hughley out of here. Ain't nobody stuck no goddamn fucking D.L. Hughley. Ice Cube. Keep it gangster, homie. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster, dog.
Quite some notable
Ice
people.
Cube?
Yes.
Wow.
It's been quite some notable people that lived in this neighborhood.
Yes.
So you get to see them. And in fact, one of my clients is a big movie producer, and he lives right around the corner.
But while I'm in the area, I want to see if I can find some locals to actually see what they do for a living. This looks like a nice car. Oh, hey.
I mean, it looks like a nice car. Nigga, you know that's a Rover. You know it's a Rover. We know what that look like. It don't look like it is a nice car. Now the maintenance on it is different, but overall it's a nice car.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Amazing. This is a nice automobile here.
Thank you.
Question, do you live here in Baldwin Hills?
I do.
Wait, you live here in Baldwin Hills?
I live here in Baldwin Hills. I lived here for over 20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
So let me ask you that.
I could be, hold on. Yeah. It kind of like a Rover. No, it's a Rover.
That's right. What does someone have to do to live out here? What do you do for a living?
I'm an accountant. I have a CPA firm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been an accountant?
For almost 30 years, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say there's a lot of money being made out here?
In my profession, or for the people who live in the yes, it would. It's Hollywood, it's California. Most of the people to be able to afford to live up here have to either be really old neighbors or somebody who's come into a really good job.
Yes. So it's clearly you have a really good job.
I like to think so.
Yeah. I don't want to be too much in your business, right? But what ballpark do you make, on an annual basis?
Let's just say somewhere between $300,000 to $500,000 a year.
Okay.
Let me ask y'all a question. No, real spill. Let me ask y'all a question. Now, I'm just asking just to ask. Why are some people so afraid to say, if you really out there making bread, right? Why are they so afraid to say how much they make? I'm just curious. Is it to leave the illusion that you make more money than you actually make? or it's the fact that you don't want people to go do a deep dive on the research, or like, what is it? I'm just curious. Listen, I'm not judging. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't. I'm just asking, what's the thought process and the mindset behind that? So if you are, let's just say you making annually three mil a year, right? But then you say, somebody asks you, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much are you making? You know, I'm making about a cool 7 figures or something like that. You know, I don't want to give you this, that, but you know, like, why is that? Because folks in duress hunt hunters. That's true. I get that. But still, though, the way that you live your life and the way that you operate, the car that you drive, people will automatically think that anyway. For safety purposes, okay. I mean, that makes sense. I understand that. And again, it ain't me judging or anything like that. I mean, I understand it. But I was just curious off the thought process of it. Because again, if you riding around in expensive cars, you're wearing expensive clothes, and you're showcasing that you make a lot of money, people still gonna look at you anyway. What? Shout out to you, R Streets. What's good, beloved? How you feeling? How you doing? She done made it to the live. What's good with you? I guess so. Fuck them. Let them guess, huh? I guess so. I was just curious though. I never thought about it. I was just, when she said it, I wonder why people are so hesitant about it, because at the end of the day, people still may look you up, or if they feel as if that you got money on you, they gonna try to get you either way. So there's no way around it. He said, Courtney out here blushing. You wild, bro. All is well, just got through shopping. Hold on, what you get? Hold on, what you went shopping for? What you get?
Hey, for my viewers, okay? Because I got a channel and people from all around the world, they watch it, right? And they want to make more money. They want to create more success, right? Like, what's one?
Hold up, let me see. Look at 80, for example. He tells folks for inspiration, all of a sudden it's a new bar to hate. Well, listen, but at the end of the day, whether you tell them you make the money or not, they still gonna hate on you. Because if you don't show them, guess what? They still gonna say, "Oh, that nigga broke for real. He ain't gonna make no money for real. Like, he out here broke." But then when you show it to them, guess what? They still gonna hate. So at the end of the day, what's the point of not telling them how much money you make? Because either way, they still gonna hate. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, listen, people can not say anything, or they can say something. So that's all. That was just my thought process on when she kind of hesitated when you asked. I was just curious. I was like, that's a good question to ask. I got 3 pairs of shoes, just spending on stuff I don't need. Hey, listen, I feel you. I still got more shoes to buy. I need my whole wall filled up with shoes. I need that. But the wild thing is, when you ask a wealthy person how they make a living, they are puzzled. What do you mean for a living? I'm wealthy. Is there an answer? Money makes money for them. And that's true, though. I guess the question is, when people say, how do you make your money? I guess they want to know what's the main thing that's bringing in all of your money, your revenue. You feel me? Because we all know we got that one thing. You may be into multiple different things, but what's that one thing that's bringing in the majority of your revenue? Like, what is that one thing that you're doing? Like, okay, well, I'm doing this, and it's bringing in all my money. Like, I got you. J-Man, 2 types of people. Mine says those who look at it for inspiration versus those who look at it for hate and envy. Yep. Yeah, so fuck them. Let them hate and confusion. Haters don't need clarity. That's a fact. So either way, that's what I'm saying. So even if you can sit there and show them all the receipts, they still gonna try some way to disclaim. It's like, bro, what you mean? I'm showing you the receipts. I'm showing you how much money I make. And somehow in your delusion is fake. How? Oh, nigga, you just what you call it? You screenshot that shit from somebody else's account, then you put up it as if it was yours. Bruh, for real? You think somebody really got that type of time and attention to do that? You think somebody really got the time and capacity to do some shit like that? Come on, fam. I ain't got time for that shit. My homegirl started drooling when she found out how much I make. I had to clutch my pearl. Went from cute to handsome in 10 seconds. Of course. It always happens. Haters don't have the capacity anyway. That's facts. That's facts, Tech Coach. That's facts. All that gym time and you need them shoes. Hopefully somewhere here to show off them calves. Hey, I'm telling you, you gotta show the calves. You gotta show the calves along with the clavicles. You can't listen. Calves and clavicles. That's what you need. Calves and clavicles. Calves and clavicles. Calves, clavicles.
One single piece of advice that you could share with them?
Let me think about that. Obviously, with my accounting background, I would just say, I tell people to always look at their finances. If there's a way for you to invest, and that doesn't have to be big, you could start small. It could just be, thinking about putting some money aside and doing that continually and take it off the top, sort of pay yourself first.
Yes.
So that's how I would think. If you can start that early enough, hopefully you'll kind of keep that going and you'll get to a point where you can live here.
Yes. And what's your name?
Tanetta.
And how could people find you? Maybe they want, your services or anything of, value that you offer, because clearly you're a person of value. How can the people find you?
Sure. They can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. I work for Harrington Group. That's the name of our firm. We work exclusively with not-for-profits, so you have to be in a certain niche, but it's NPO, which stands for Nonprofit Org, CPAs, NPOCPAs.com.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping for a random stranger, like me. But I seen the nice card and you popped out. You're looking well put together. I needed to understand what people are doing out here because there's a lot of things happening out here.
Well, I appreciate you highlighting our neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Take care.
You too. And the people out here.
But you see what I'm saying though? Just off of what he said, she's dressed well. She got a nice car. She in a nice neighborhood. You don't even have to tell somebody how much money you make, but you can still tell that they make good money. So why even feel bad about telling somebody how much money you make? I'm just curious. I'm just asking the question. Not saying if it's right or wrong. I'm just asking the question. Folks be complaining about natural hair. I'll play all in her Brillo pad. see, that's why they. See, bro, but see, that's what I'm saying though. You can't even, you out here making jokes about it. You out here making jokes about why you call it a Brillo pad, bro? Why you could just say a natural hair, dog?
I'm just trying to chill, bro, and you keep on goddamn
Bro, you ain't, why you gotta call it a Brillo pad, bro? So that's where you fuck up. You have them for a minute, you say Brillo pad, you fuck it up. Now, what you mean it's a Brillo pad? What you talking about? Now they offing your shit. Now they offing your shit, dog. But look, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.